Have you ever felt anxiety hit your body out of nowhere? Your heart starts racing, your chest feels tight, your hands get a little shaky, and no matter what you tell yourself, it just doesn't stop. What if I told you the fastest way to calm anxiety isn't in your thoughts, but in your body? In this video, I'll show you 5 simple, natural tools you can use to calm physical anxiety in minutes, how to work with your body instead of against it when anxiety hits, and how to build your own go-to tool belt so you feel more steady, safe, and in control wherever you are. I want you to picture something for a moment. Imagine you're walking through life with no tools on you at all, and suddenly something breaks. You're stuck, you're scrambling, you don't know what to reach for. That's exactly what anxiety can feel like. But now imagine you've got a tool belt on, and not just any tools, the right ones. The ones you can reach for in seconds. The ones that actually work. Because anxiety doesn't wait for you to figure it out. It shows up fast. And in those moments, you don't need more information. You need something you can use. That's what we're building today. Now, before we get into the tools, there's something really important to understand. What you're feeling isn't just in your head. It's in your body. In a stress response. For a lot of people, anxiety actually starts in the body first. Your heart rate increases, your breath shortens, your chest tightens, and then your mind tries to make sense of what's happening. And if you only try to calm your thoughts, but your body is still in that activated state, it can feel like nothing is working. So instead of trying to think your way out of anxiety, we're going to work with your body directly. And just as a gentle note, if symptoms feel new, severe, or different than usual, it's always important to get medical support. So let's start building that tool belt. The first tool I want to share is the cold water reset. Since you're watching this video, I'm sure you've experienced how fast anxiety can spike in your body. Like one moment you're okay, and the next your heart is racing and there's this heat or intensity moving through you. In those moments, trying to talk yourself down can feel almost impossible because your body is already in motion. So instead of trying to override it with your thoughts, we're going to interrupt it through your body. One of the fastest ways to do that is with cold water. This can be as simple as splashing cold water on your face or holding something cold like an ice pack, even against your cheeks or even your chest. What this does is activate something called the diving reflex, which is built in to be a response in your nervous system that helps slow your heart rate and shift your body out of that stress state. And this is why it works so quickly, because you're not trying to calm yourself down with your mind, you're using a reflex your body already knows. If it feels accessible, you can even hold your breath for a few seconds while your face is in the cold water. That can deepen the effect. I've personally found that filling a sink quickly with cold water and plunging my face into it can be a great way to calm anxiety feels. And I've had clients find this to be an effective tool as well. Even just 20 to 30 seconds can make a noticeable difference. So if anxiety hits fast, this is one of the quickest ways to tell your body you're safe. The second tool I want to share with you is long exhale breathing. Have you ever noticed how your breathing changes when you feel anxious? It gets shorter, faster, and more shallow, almost like your body is bracing for something. And the tricky part is when your breath stays in that pattern, it actually keeps your body in a state of stress. So instead of trying to take big, deep breaths, we're going to shift the rhythm of your breath. This is where long exhale breathing comes in. A simple place to start is a 4 to 6 breath, where you inhale for a count of 4 and exhale for a count of 6. The number count doesn't really matter. What's important here is that your exhale is longer than your inhale, because short, quick exhales signal to your body that something isn't safe. But longer, slower exhales tell your nervous system that it can start to soften. And this directly activates your parasympathetic nervous system, the part of your body responsible for rest, repair, and calm. Now, something I want to gently point out, this isn't about taking big breaths. If anything, forcing big breaths can actually make anxiety feel worse, leading to dizziness or that air hunger feeling. So think slower, softer, more easeful. You might try this for a minute or two when anxiety comes up, or even for 5 minutes if you have the space. And you may notice your body starting to settle, your heart rate slowing, your shoulders dropping just a little. Your exhale becomes your anchor here, a way to guide your body back into a state of safety. The third tool I want to share with you is grounding, which helps return you to the present moment. One of the things with anxiety is that it pulls you out of the present moment. Your mind starts racing ahead, imagining what could happen, what might go wrong, and suddenly you feel far away from where you actually are. And when your mind is in that spiral, your body follows. So instead of trying to stop the thoughts, we're going to gently bring your awareness back into your body and into the present moment. This is where grounding comes in. A simple place to start is by using your body directly. Press your feet into the ground or press your hands into your thighs and just feel that contact. You're giving your body something real to anchor into. You can also use a sensory exercise like the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 technique, where you notice 5 things you can see, 4 things you can feel, 3 things you can hear, 2 things that you can smell, and 1 thing that you can taste. And if that feels like too much in the moment, you can simplify it. You might just look around and find 5 things of the same color, or pick up an object and describe it, its texture, its temperature, its weight. And if you can't identify a sense like smell or taste, you can even imagine it. Because the goal here isn't to do this perfectly, it's simply to come back into presence. Anxiety lives in the future, but your body can only feel safe in the present. So this is a way of gently reminding your body right now, in this moment, you're okay. The fourth tool I want to share with you is something called discharge movement. Sometimes after something stressful happens, your body doesn't just settle right away. It stays activated. Even if the moment has passed, there's this leftover energy, like your body is still holding on to it. And if that energy doesn't have a place to go, it can keep that anxious feeling lingering. So instead of trying to calm your body down, sometimes what it really needs is to release the energy that got activated. This is what I like to think of as discharge movement. And I know this might sound a little different, but stay with me here. We often think the goal is just calm everything down. But research actually shows that short bursts of movement can help reduce anxiety in the moment and shift your physiology fairly quickly. A lot of times, this is referred to as shaking it out, but instead of just shaking it out, you can give your body a few different ways to release that energy. You might shake out your arms or your legs, but you could also roll your shoulders, bounce your knees, or march in place, or even take a quick brisk walk for a minute or two. The key here is that the movement is light and supportive, not intense. Because if it becomes too intense, your heart rate spikes, your breath gets heavy, it can actually start to feel like anxiety itself. We're not trying to spike your system, we're helping it release what's already there. So keep it gentle, keep it loose, let your body move in a way that feels natural. You might do this for 30 to 60 seconds or up to a couple minutes if it feels good. And what you're doing here isn't just calming yourself down. You're helping your body complete the stress response cycle by discharging that built up energy. And after, you might notice a sense of lightness or a drop in that intensity. So if you feel that lingering charge in your body, give it somewhere to go. The fifth tool I want to share with you is having an herbal ally on hand for anxious moments. Sometimes your nervous system just needs a little extra support. Something that helps take the edge off when that buzzing, on edge feeling won't quite settle. This is where herbal support can be really helpful. One of my favorites for this is lemon balm. I like to think of lemon balm as an exhale plant. It's gentle but effective. It doesn't knock you out or heavily sedate you. It just helps your nervous system soften. It's part of a group of herbs called nervines, which support and calm the nervous system. And research has shown it can help reduce anxiety and stress compared to placebo, even with single doses in some settings. Now, one important thing to understand here, this isn't usually as strong of an instant, in the moment tool like the others we talked about. It typically works more gradually, often within 30 to 60 minutes, or with more consistent use over time. So this is a beautiful tool to bring in when you feel anxiety building or when your system has just been on edge all day and needs support coming back down. If you're looking for something faster acting, a tincture is usually the best option. It absorbs more quickly than tea. But tea is a really lovely option too. A little slower, but still very supportive and grounding. And this is something you can keep in your tool belt, not for the peak of anxiety, but for those moments when you feel it rising or lingering. One gentle note here, herbs are powerful. So it's always important to choose high quality products and check in if you're on any medications, especially things like sedatives or thyroid support. But when used well, this can be a really beautiful way to give your body a soft place to land. Now, these tools are incredibly helpful in the moment. But if you've been feeling more anxious lately, more on edge, or like your body is just not settling the way it used to, there's usually a deeper reason for all of that. Your body is always communicating, and when you understand what it's asking for, everything starts to make a lot more sense. So if you want to go deeper into that and understand why you've been feeling anxious lately and what your body might actually need, click right here to watch this next video.